All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay. First of all, I'd like you to know the reason behind this event tonight. Now, this is like an answer to the questions of many. I mean, so many. I mean, especially the new ones. So, for this kind of events, I expect mostly the new ones to be here. And not just that, I expect coaches and mentors to also be here. Now, why? So the new ones, they need to be here so they can be guided right. Because I mean, there's this saying which goes like this. They said, uh, "Train them before you blame them." I mean, you can't blame them if you don't train them. So, which means if I don't give you the knowledge, I don't give you the information. I mean, if you do it wrongly, I won't blame you. But if I do, like I'm doing my part, and all the coaches are doing their part by giving out the information, either you're not there or you're not receiving and you're not saying anything, you're not asking questions even when you don't understand. Now, that you'll be blamed because we've done our part, right? So the reason why the new ones should take this seriously is for you, for you to be guided right, so you can have the results you desire, and the reason why you actually put your hard-earned money into this opportunity. Okay, that is the reason why the new ones need to be here. Now, the coaches and the mentors need to be here because when you have your mentees asking these questions, you need to have a ready-made answers also, so they don't have to be standing waiting on the long list and all that before they can get the right. Okay, so we all are learning together. As myself, I'm a student of the academy as well. So you see, so for me to be able to deliver or to be able to give answers, I always try to get ahead of everyone. I like to study. I like to check new information by myself. I will just go. So this is how to do it. So you also, all of you, we are all the same. When I say all the same, I mean we are all students of the academy, including you that you're joining us today, and the ones who have been here for a while. We're all learning. You all have the same opportunity to learn. Okay. So the reason for this event is to help empower every one of you to be better and be profitable. And I want you to take that as a keyword: profitable, profitable. And this will lead us to the next topic, which is what? The forex trading ideology. I think, because there's a saying which goes that if you don't, they said, when the purpose is what? When the purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. You understand? Now, most times people jump into forex trading like, oh, I want to be a forex trader. Now, not because they like forex trading, okay, but okay, simply because they want to make money. That's all it's all about. I mean, for me, why am I hearing myself? Okay, now for me, it's not that I'm in love with the market or in love with chatting or in love with just trading. I want the money. I want the lifestyle. Now, what is this thing that we are coming in for? Let me tell you why people join forex trading. You want to know? There are three very important things that you may not find together in every other endeavor apart from forex trading. Okay. Now, what are these three things? Number one, of course, number one is financial freedom. Trading forex will give you so much money. I mean, so much money, guys. I can tell you in a day, you will soon get to a point in your trading where you'll be making like $50,000 a day. Not because of your skills getting better, which is important though, not because of how long you stay in trading, no, because eventually your money, your capital, your fund will grow to a level where even when you use 1% of your capital to trade, by the time you're getting your return, it will be giving you in excess of that kind of amount. So financial freedom, you can imagine. Then the next thing is the time freedom. Now, see, trading is not when you stay on the chart from morning to night. As a matter of fact, the reason why you may even stay longer on the trade is because you are using a very low fund. If you are using a small fund, for example, maybe you have a target of making $20 a day. If you are using a very lower fund, $20 may take like maybe more time for you to make. You make it, but maybe longer. But if you have a bigger fund, within a minute you can make that $20. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So now, by the time you have financial freedom in forex, meaning you have enough money to have as capital to trade, you won't need to be staying longer in the market again. Maximum a day, you may stay just 2 hours, especially when you're using Manara, you may not even be up to 2 hours. Now, if you're like a normal forex trader without Manara, you may stay like 5 hours, 4 hours. You may wake up in the morning because you have to analyze to check the daily chart. And when you analyze, you have to look for entries, look for setup. and then you leave them and you wait. This may take longer time before you see them coming to your entries. Fine, you take the trade, it takes more time. But with Manara will do the job for you. You just take your setup. One trade can give you everything you need for the day. And imagine you having the money you need for the day, for the entire day, making it in less than 1 hour or 2 hours. Man, you'll be having 22 hours remaining for the day. I mean, you can do whatever you like with that 22 hours. You can learn everything you want to learn. And as a matter of fact, you can learn painting, you can learn taekwondo, aikido, you can learn whatever you want to do. I mean, you are free. If you can shop, what do you call it, shopaholic. I mean, you can shop the whole day. What I mean, and you have the time to do everything. You have the time for family and all that. And this is very important. You know, in the world out there, the more money you make, the lesser time you have. But in forex trading, the more money you make, the bigger your capital, the lesser time you spend on your trading, and then the more profit you make in lesser time, and the more time you have to yourself. Number 3, which is the best of the best, okay? You have location freedom as well. I mean, you can travel anywhere in the world, so long there's internet. And you don't have to worry about moving your business, moving, when you are in a business or when you're a professional, you're an employee, if you're relocating or you're migrating to another country, one of your very first concern is, what am I going to be doing when I get there? How will I get a job when I get there? How will I get a working permit? All those stuff, right? As a forex trader, I want to tell you right now, if you're good, I mean, when you're a forex trader, you can travel, even on vacation, you make money. I mean, you can't, on other businesses, if you're on vacation, you'll be able to make money like that because you're on vacation, right? But because this involves just your smart devices and the internet, which of course is available almost everywhere, you still work, you make money, you can go anywhere in the world and you make money without having to think about relocation or moving businesses or familiarizing yourself with the environment, feasibility studies, what kind of employees am I going to get, what kind of training will I have to go for before I can acclimatize myself with the environment. You don't need all of this anymore because as a forex trader, you are free, entirely free in the actual sense of freedom. Now, I want to tell you something that is very beautiful about this. Do you know? Let me tell you something. Like I always tell people that, see, my goal, if I'm going to be relocating to a more developed country, I won't need to do everything that I like applying for whatever they do, the other ways they do. I will just come by myself. You can sit down as a foreign trader who is very profitable, check any country you like, go for citizenship by investment. And you don't have to worry yourself about green card and all those stuff people do to get citizenship. No. Just go for citizenship by investment. You can afford it. Don't worry as a foreign trader. You pay for that investment, they get you your citizenship and your entire family. This is the big picture. And this is exactly what we're trying to create for ourselves. And this is the reason why a lot of people come into Forex. These 3 reasons are very major in people's life, right? Now, since this is important, then you need to know that there is an ideology, there's a philosophy, you can call it anything, there's a mindset, there's a paradigm behind Forex trading. A lot of people miss this fact. They focus on the benefit part, which I just explained. They forget to think about the mindset. See, if you don't have a mindset of a footballer, there's no way you do well in football. If you have a mindset, all those things. And I'll explain what I mean by this. For example, if you're a boxer, you need to have at the back of your mind that you're going to be receiving punches. Even if you are the best, you're going to be the best of boxer in the world. During training, in fact, from your training, you start receiving a lot of punches. You may get broken nose, broken. You need to accept that in your brain. You need to get familiar with that. You need to accept that fact. So it will prepare your mind for what is coming. So when you see it, you don't get weak. You don't get discouraged. You don't quit. You get it now. So if you're going to go into, think of about any profession or any talent, anything, any skill set, whatever, you need to have some mindset. If you're going into business, right? We all know if you want to be a businessman, you need to have at the back of your mindset. There's a mindset you go into. You go in with a mindset of what? There will be days of good time and there will be bad time. That is why you see businessmen, I mean, real businessmen with the right mindset. And those are the only ones that succeed in business. Not those ones that will join this business today. They start the business today. Tomorrow they're into another type of business tomorrow. I mean, just keep moving and moving because they are looking for only good times. And that's not like good times, okay? Now, I mean, good times only. So if you want to go into business, you have an idea of what the days of losses. That's why you see good businessmen with the right mindset. When they are in good time, when the business is booming and they're making so much profit, they don't spend money on frivolities or luxuries immediately. They stack up this money, they do some backups and have some other plan B to increase that money because they know that there will be time. The time of the bad days are coming. The downtime will be coming. Now, this is the money that will survive them, so their business will not bankrupt. And many businesses bankrupt because they don't come with the right mindset. The same thing with forex trading. Now, guys, I want to burst your bubble tonight. If you are here, especially if you're new, because sometimes I see a lot of people complain. I mean, let me give you a scenario. There was this guy who came in one time. Now, I believe this guy came in. As soon as he came in, because of his mindset that he was coming with, he thought, of course, he knew some things about trading. As soon as he came in, without listening to any instruction, without following any mentor, without watching any videos, started using Manara directly. And I would say, luckily for him, or I would say unfortunately for him, because I mean, you can look at it from both ways. Because sometimes when you do the wrong thing and you get good result, is a very bad thing. It's a bad omen for you. I mean, it's better you do a bad thing or a wrong thing for the first time and you get the wrong, I mean, you get the undesirable result. You know why? So it will quickly let you realize and correct yourself from the beginning. You don't get used and become a habitual person in doing the wrong things. Because sometimes when you do the wrong things, okay, and you make it in that doing that wrong thing, like gambling. People come into forex and gamble, or people who like gambling per se. I mean, if you start with loss in gambling, you may not get addicted. But when you start with some wins and then you're not losing between, you want to continue, you know. Now, this guy came in, he used Manara without instruction, without nobody following and all that. And luckily, unfortunately for him, I won't use that word now anymore. Unfortunately for him, he made a lot of money using Manara. This guy was so excited. He came to the group, he said, Manara, I love Manara. Myself and Manara, we're going to have a baby. I mean, he was excited. He said that. I still screenshot. I left that in screenshot because you know why I screenshot? When he said it, he didn't know that there were people like that. Me, I was watching. I knew that this guy is coming for something. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to regret that action. So I snapped those stuff till the day this guy started having the days of reckoning, when things started going the right way for him, which is started getting losses here and there because he doesn't even know how to use Manara. He was just lucky the first time. And you know what he said? The same person that complaining about Manara. One of the things I said, it made me laugh. He said Manara does not even have good pairs. Manara does not have gold USD. Manara does not have GBP USD. He mentioned all the pairs that Manara has. And do you know why he doesn't know that Manara? He didn't know that Manara has them because he didn't listen. He didn't watch any video. He wasn't following up with anybody. Do you get what I'm saying? This guy left, and who is at loss? He left. He was at loss because all the things he complained about were right there, but he doesn't know how to use them because he didn't follow the right track. Now, how did I get to this part? Forex trading does not mean you will not lose. As a matter of fact, let me tell you one thing now. I want you to get this clear, and you can confirm from anywhere. The only way to succeed in forex trading is having at the back of your mind that there will be losses. In fact, the people, the richest, biggest forex traders in the world, the first set of forex traders in the world, even the Wall Street in the United States, they know that losses are part of the game. I mean, you have to lose in forex trading. Do you know why? Forex trading is not a gamble, it's not gambling business. It is a real life scenario, things that are happening all over the world. It is people moving product import, exports, GDP of a company. Okay. Now that person needs to mute, please. GDP of a company, of a country, government, economy of the country, all of this is mixed up together to form what they call financial market. Institutions like banks, CBN, insurance companies, hedge fund companies, government bonds, treasury bills. These are things that makes up a whole economy of the world. These are all the transactions that takes place every day all over the world. And these transactions are taking place based on what? The number of people involved in them. And these people that are involved in them are not robots. They are human beings like you and I who have emotions, who have their mindset, you know. So meaning it is a dynamic stuff, which means it must change. It's a market, just like every other market. If you go to a rice market or a cement market or whatever market, so long as it's something that is controlled by people and human beings, you don't expect things to be the same, to remain the same all through. Okay, so it is dynamic. Now, because it's dynamic, forex trading now is created for people, listen to the word, to be profitable, not for people not to lose. Now, these are two different things. Loss is part of the game, but being profitable is the game, is the main reason why you join the game. Now, what is the difference between these two? Now, loss, like, oh, I don't want to lose. It's like you want to go in and keep winning every day. Every trade you want to be win. Now, that is not possible. That is not even there at all. But profitable means, yes, I can win, I can lose, it's okay by me. But at the end of the day, at the end of the week, when I check all my aggregates, I want to be profitable. I want to be Like by the time I check my losses and my wins, I want my wins to be more. Do you get what I'm saying now? That is what Forex is. And I tell you, there's nobody in the world that I can prove this to you. Go on YouTube today. Go everywhere today. There's nobody in the world who is a Forex trader who doesn't lose. As a matter of fact, the biggest winner are the biggest losers. There's a company called Goldman Sachs. It's a very big hedge fund. They invest only in gold. They trade only gold. Every time you make $10, these guys are making like $100 million in gold. The same trade they are taking it, but they have bigger money. It's a big company. People invest, people save their money, they invest in that company all over the world. Goldman Sachs, check it online. As a matter of fact, Goldman Sachs even borrow countries. I mean, countries borrow money from Goldman Sachs. Recently, Nigeria borrowed money from Goldman Sachs. That was why Naira and dollar started. That's why the gap between Naira and dollar now is so wide. Check it online. Now, even as big as they are, they lose. And when they lose, I mean, they lose money. But that is money to you. But compared to their winnings, they are ahead. And that's why they are still in the game since the 19, whatever, maybe 70s. They've been in the company have been existing in trading. Now, if they have been in the trading, despite the losses and everything, yet they are still here. Meaning the game is about losing and winning. But the main aim is what? To be profitable. So when I lose some, I win some. At the end of the day, when I calculate my wins and losses, I should be what? My account should be moving forward. That is exactly how it is. So if you are here right now, you think you want to join this academy or you're already in, and you think Manara should be giving you wins all the day, I mean, you better exit. It's never like that. I don't know what you heard. I don't know the advert you saw. Maybe you didn't hear it right or you didn't see it right. You will always see something at the end of the day that past profits cannot guarantee the future, whatever. I don't know. I mean, there's a way they put that statement. It's everywhere, anyways. Now, that means, yes, there'll be losses as well. But the question is, what do you want to achieve? Financial freedom. How? To be profitable. Just like every businessman. You want to make sure that at the end of the day, when you do your account, you want to see your account moving forward. Now, to make that happen is the reason why when you come in and you are using Manara, you have to trust Manara. Trusting Manara means, since it's Manara you are here to use, you have to take all the trades Manara sends to you. Why should you take all the trades? Someone will say, I don't need to take all the trades, man. I mean, I could just take some of them. Now, before you even accept trade from Manara, there's an agreement between you and Manara. Manara will come to you and say, hey, I know you are here for me to help you. Now, for me to help you, you have to tell me your preferences. What kind of thing do you like to take? What kind of trade do you like? What kind of trade do you like? What kind of time frame do you like? What kind of patterns should I use for you? I mean, just choose. Now, of course, there will be guidance from us to you. We'll tell you the patterns, the ones with the highest level of accuracy, the time frames that are okay, and what you should expect and do during those time frames. With all this information, you choose, you make your preferences, and Nana will send you those trade ideas. So these are what you ordered for, and you ordered based on the right knowledge. I tell you, every trade idea from that area is always good. Now, because the trade ideas and the setups are perfect, doesn't mean they win all the time. Some of them may not, while some will. But at the end of the day, when you calculate your wins and losses, Manara was always ahead. And I've thrown the challenge to everybody before. I said, please just go back in time and check all the trades for a particular day or week and see whether Manara is not. I mean, all the trade I've done what they call back testing. Okay? And I see that all these trade ideas were in profits, all in profits. That's not all. I want to round up this part with this. For those of you who are already familiar with Forex, you would have seen on YouTube or from Forex Guru or successful Forex traders that create strategies. They will tell you something in every time they create, okay? They tell you something about back testing. They'll say, well, this strategy is the best strategy. I mean, it's going to help you to make a lot of money. And they don't tell you it's going to make you to win all the time. They tell you that it's going to make you to be profitable, right? Now, they will not say something like, this strategy was back tested many times and it's been proven to give so percent accuracy. There must be a percentage accuracy. And when you see, if you go deeper, some of them will show you all their trades. They'll tell you that with this strategy, I took 100 trades. And out of the 100 trades, we had 43 wins. And that's the truth. In fact, I can share a video, one of the videos to you, where the guy actually said it, that this strategy, we had 43 wins and 43 wins, 57 losses. Can you imagine that? The guy said they had 43 wins, 57 losses. The number, now, if you count the losses based on the number, actually, you will say the losing trades is actually bigger than the winning trade, right? But the guy now said, at the end of the day, the account was moved up by 300%. Can you imagine that? Okay, you used an account, you budget an account to try a strategy, you took trades on that same account 100 times. Now, out of those 100 times, you had losses 57 times and you had wins 43 times. Yet the account went up by 300%. What is that? What is that telling you? That means in forex trading, there can be several losses, but that is not your business. Your business is whether there are losses in my account or not. By the time I add my profit and the losses, am I going forward or backward? That is your concern. And to make that happen is the reason why we have the risk management part. Okay? The risk management part. Now, why am I explaining this to you? You need to have this mindset before you come in here and do anything. If not, you will be like many other people, frustrated ones that just come in, they will not learn, they will not ask questions, they will not be like this event. Now you can check this now. Check the group. We're over like close to 200. But check this. How many people are here? Just check. Just check the number of people here. 17, 20, 30. Just start. Let's start from that analysis. If we are close to 200 on that group and there are 30 people here, now if 30 people are profitable, the ones that are not profitable, the remaining 100 plus that are not here, will be complaining. You can imagine everybody. A guy was actually saying on the group that, you people that are profitable in this, like there are some set of people like it was a gang up. He's not here, right? Is it true? Guys, can you hear me or not?
We can hear you, coach. We can hear you.
Thank you very much. Now,
Yes, we can hear you.
So they are not here. And if they're not here,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
They can't move. All right, awesome. Now they can't move, right? So please, guys, mindset, the right mindset. See, let me tell you, I'm not into motivation tonight, but I can tell you a lot about mindset, how it changes that. In fact, some people, they have mindset problem, they think it's spiritual problem. Because you wouldn't know. Mindset is something that you wouldn't know. It's unconscious when you do them. Because if you have a wrong mindset about a particular thing, you behave, your habits, your direction, your movement will go in direction of the way you think about that thing. And the result you get will be based not on what you are doing, but how you see what you are doing. Do you get my point? So when you think of mindset, it's like when you are traveling and you need a map. Like you're traveling and you need a map. Now, if you're going to a particular place and you're with the wrong map, you will keep rolling, you will not get to your destination. Even if you are in the right place, but how to get to your destination, you'll be frustrated, right? So mindset is very important. That's why I started with this part. So what is the major point of this mindset thing? Is number one, know that losses doesn't mean you are, losses doesn't mean you are losing. Losses only tell you, losses are just part of the process. But what determines whether you are winning or losing is the movement of your account size. Now, that takes us to the next part, which is what? A big concern for many. Okay? Which is a big concern for many people. Now, how to take trade from Manara? How to take trade from Manara? So I want you to be attentive now this time around because I'll be sharing my screen. Okay? I'll be sharing my screen and I'll be showing you some stuff. You have to jot some of them, though the video will be available eventually, but then still have to jot some things based on your preferences. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. I want to show you how to take trades from Manara. Okay, coming to share my screen now. If you're not hearing me clearly, that means from your end. If others can, so what you just do is either log out and log in again, or check your network, move away from where you are. Just, you know what to do when you have network issues, right? So please do that so you can be part of this. Live trading or live training is always better than, it's like a step better than the recorded, because here you can ask questions at the end of the day and all that. All right, let me share my screen. Struggling. Where is it? Okay. So now, what is Manara? In case for the new people that are here. So Manara is actually like, so you want to start forex trading. Now, let me tell you the statistics. I want to give you the statistics now. I think I should start with my whiteboard. Let me share the whiteboard and give you the statistics right here so you know what forex journey, how forex journey is actually. And this is what I'm saying. You can go and read up about people who are successful in forex. They will tell you, right? They will say it. You see it in their stories, right? Normally, for you to really make money in forex, now it starts with you getting education, meaning getting educated about it, right? Okay, forgive my writing, okay? meaning you have to pay for a course, you have to go to an academy, and the only thing they will do here is to teach. Okay, they teach you how to trade forex. Okay, you understand? So how to trade forex? That's what they will teach you. Okay, now when you learn how to trade forex, mostly it takes within 6 months to 1 year. I mean, for somebody who is very fast in learning to grab. Now, what do you grab here? It takes 6 months to 1 year to learn the basics theoretically, and then also to start using a strategy that they will teach you, and then start practicing the demo and all the stuff. 6 months to 1 year. So let's give it that gap. Now, as soon as you're done with this one, most times you'll be using demo, and then maybe towards the end of your training, start using the real account or live account. Now, at the end of this one, you now start on your own because now you have been taught and you now have a strategy and you're ready to go by yourself to the market. Now, guess what? You can go and check this, what I'm saying now. For you to now start trading, your first 1 to 2 years, you are not going to be profitable. For first 1 to 2 years, you are going to actually be the one funding the account. So you have to. So, guys, can you hear me? Sorry, I had a call just now, so I don't know if I. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
We
we
can
can.
hear you.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So for 1 to 2 years, okay, you're not going to be profitable. So you have to be the ones for spending money. How? You'll be blowing account, you'll be refunding. You'll be blowing account, you'll be refunding because you're in the you are in what you are still in the space of learning. Okay. Now, then the next thing after that, maybe in 3 years after that, okay, the 3 years after that, okay. Now into the third year, okay. So what we see now is you start making some small money. Now this money will just be like to reward you small. I mean, not really like some money to just reward you to give you comfort that at least you start making small money. You'll be losing. So now you'll be having 50-50. You lose, you win. You lose, you win. I mean, you're not really profitable enough to buy big things, but at least to survive and do some things. You still have your job, or whatever it is you do to make money. Now, about after that 3 years, maybe 4 years or so, into 4 years, now you start getting better. Now, getting better means your winning accuracy will start growing to like, let's say, 30 to 40%. Then eventually, as you grow, I mean, give or take, at least 6 years, minimum of 6 years, the fastest person will be 6 years. Within that space of 6 years, you start getting to the level whereby your accuracy of winning will begin to 40, 50%. Now, in Forex, if you have 50-50, okay, winning 50, losing 50, you're already profitable because the risk management will help you to reduce your losses and increase your wins. So the number of trades you take that are in loss does not matter. What will matter to you eventually is the quality of the trade you take. Because when you win big. When you lose just small, according to what you want to lose. But you can win as much as you don't even expect. Okay, now guys, the question now is this: with all of this spending, all of this blowing account, all of this trauma being on yourself, I mean by yourself and all that, all the 6 years, you can replace all of this one with just a single subscription into this academy. I mean, people don't just join this academy. I mean, I'm talking to you guys. I'm a forex trader. I mean, I can trade by myself. As a matter of fact, most of the people that are here, who knows, at least I send my own signal. Okay, I trade more on gold, but the same strategy I can use it for anything. But I'm still here as a student and I pay subscription, right? At least if not, I won't be using Manara. I mean, they don't give me for free, right? Now look at it. So all these 6 years and all these spendings can be limited to Manara. How? Which means at the end of the day, people don't care how much you know in Forex. What people care about is how much you are making in Forex. The one who makes money is the guru, not the one who knows Forex. So what Manara does for you is this. The job of Manara is simple. Manara supposed to check the market, give you the best trade setups, okay, and then gives you this setup, which for you to use, and when you use them, you make profit just like the professional somewhere. Let me give you an instance, guys. I told you guys today. Do you know what happened today? I know one of the best. I'll call that guy my mentor. I mean, in forex. I mean, I learned from this guy. He's on. His name is Dapper Willis. This guy is so successful. This guy presently managed over $150 million accounts. You can imagine that. Now he lives in Dubai, big life. But you know that this guy took gold trade today, and him and his team on YouTube, when they were doing the live trading session and all that, him and his team, they hit stop loss, heavy stop loss. Let me tell you what they did, because they took a sell, which was okay. Now, they took a sell where they're supposed to take a buy. Now, not because he doesn't know his strategy, the market can do whatever he wants to do. But do you know what? I'm not saying I'm comparing, but I'm saying Manara did, there's two things today. Manara did a buy on gold, and Manara gave 147 pips win. A buy on gold. So if I tell you how it worked out, you will laugh. 47 pips. Okay. Now, let me just use this straightforward. So if you are using a 0.1 lot size, at least it means you'll be making like $147 on that buy alone. Okay. Now, and Manara gave sale the same day, sell today, the same day. In between the buy, that sale happened without touching stop loss and all that. Now, Manara gave a sell, and that sell gave 64 pips. Now, if I'm a novice who doesn't know anything about trading, Dr. Willis is a guru that I've been there for more than over 20 years now, I think, about 15 years or thereabout. This guy has been trading for 15 years, and he's very rich already, he's successful, and he knows his strategy, he knows his onions, he's good at it. I'm not saying he's not. Now, if he is losing on the same trade, and you, a novice who is starting today, is winning on the same trade, at the end of the day, people want to look at the guy who wins. They don't care about how long you've been in the game. Manara can make you that successful. So when you're buying your house, they won't ask, this money you are using to buy the house, you made it from Forex. Are you sure it's you that did the setup? They don't care. So long you go to the market and you make money. That's what Manara gives to you. Now, be that as may, I think I've shown you what I want to show you. And it's now that you know this, what you are buying when you pay for Manara is this experience and all these years and all this enjoyment. Everything here is just making life easy for you. Right. So let's now go into Manara right now. So I'll share my screen now. I'm done with the whiteboard. I'll share my screen. Now let me share my screen and go to Manara. Now, this is very important part of it, okay? Now, why am I doing this part? A lot of people will tell me, Coach, I don't know how come. I'm talking of the newbies. Some people, they come in and they say, actually, I've been taking the trades and it's only losses. I've always been in losses and all that, loss. Yeah, it's possible. How you take it. Now, before I go into this now, I want to tell you guys, like I said before, being profitable matters. There is no guiding rule that says it's a must. You wait to a particular time to take your profits. But there are points where that, okay, if you enter a trade, you can say, okay, let me wait for this. That is your discretion. Okay, that is what? Your discretion. Now, discretion will help you more if you have a trading plan. So let me give you what the trading plan means. For example, let's say you have a $100 account. I'm using $100 because majority, always starts. Most people start with $100. The least, yeah. So let's say you have a $100 account. Now, this $100 account, you have a plan. You must have a plan in place. Don't just go into trading without a plan. What is your plan with this $100? You want to take this $100, you want to take it up to $1,000, or let's say at least to $500, right? Now, you now ask yourself, for you to take this $100 to $500, which means you need to break it down in days and in trading setups, right? So let's say you give yourself a target that every day I want to turn my account around by 10%. Let's say your target every day is 10%. So you ask yourself, what is 10% of $100? $100. The 10% is what? $10, right? Now, if you know that $10 is your target, if you are in a particular trade, one single trade, and you see that this trade has given you up to $4, $5, in fact, from $3, let me use that, from $3, you start securing that profit. Okay? You start what? Securing that profit. Now, how to secure is not something I'll teach in depth today because it's another video. I have it on another video. Your mentor will share that video with you, or maybe one of these days we may have another session for that again. Okay, but you can secure your profits, or you can just close the trade and go out of the trade. Especially for newbies, I think that is the best one for you, because if you don't have to secure your profit, close that trade and take that trade on $3. Forget about you thinking, oh, there could be $1,000 waiting for me in that market with your $100. That is where sometimes we make mistakes. When you see good money, you take them. At least you have met 3% of your 30% of your target for the day. If you are looking for $10, you have $3, that's 30%. The next trade comes on, you see maybe 20%, you take. Maybe here, by the time of the day, you see $1, $3, $4, about 5 trades or so. At the end of the day, you have a total of $15, like some of the people you saw on the group. So it is not really about you waiting, seeing money and you leave it on the table and you wait. I mean, they said a bird in hand is better than 1 million birds in the bush, isn't it? So having that in mind, at the back of your mind, I want to go into this now. So how do you take Manara trade in the right way? Let's use analysis of, let's just use it looking at today's trades. Now, someone said something on the group, and I want to start from there. You know, the guy was arguing that how is it possible to take all the trades Manara sends in a day? I've said that before from the beginning. Manara, you're already choosing, you're giving your settings, and with the hope, the reason why you chose those settings is because they are the best settings. So any trade that comes from that settings, they are good trades, irrespective whether it's a loss or win. But at the end of the day, you will stay profitable because by the time you put all the wins together and all the sales together, all the loss together, you will still be ahead. Okay, so let's look at notification. Now there are two ways. I don't want to go into how to use Manara setup. That's not what I want to do tonight. I want to show you how to take trade from Manara, assuming you already know the setup. The setup, there is a video for that. You'll watch that. So let's say this is today now. How do you know where the trade started? I think the first trade of today. Today is 8th of September. Who is September? Right? September. Okay, this is 8, right? So the first trade of the day, I want us to do this together. You see what I'm saying, right? Now let's assuming you are new and you want to follow the advice I just gave, take all Manara trades, right? I'm going to show you in respect to how much you have and how you do it, okay? Now, 8th of September. The first trade idea that came today was a gold idea, sell. So what I want you to focus on now, because I'm going to slant this back to normal, okay? So I want you to see that the first trade of the day was gold, XAUSD, BAT, okay? Then the last one is what we have here. Now, but for me, I always advise that if you are taking a trade, okay, the last trade you can take, at least the last trade came around 3 p.m., 15:54, which means 4 minutes after 3, which you can still take, which means you can still take this trade, right? But anything from 4 p.m. downwards, don't take any trades, except you are in a trade that is still running, which of course I will still advise. The moment you are in good profit, you close for the day. Okay, and the reason is simple. Overnight trading attracts more charges from the broker, and also overnight trading may transcend to the next day, which will destroy your calculation and your trading plan. You know, so you're supposed to have aggregate every night, you're supposed to calculate what you have made, okay, and then so you can know how to move the next day. You know the lot size to use the next day, okay. Now, so having all this at the back of your mind, the first trade idea was gold, which came around 2:18 a.m. of today. Okay, so I'm going to put it back to the right direction. So I want to slide it back. All right, good. So this gold, right? So assuming now, okay, sorry. There's something I want to point out again. Let me go back to the time and date because I'm using the phone. If it's a laptop, everything is shown in just one view. Now look at this timing. I want you to look at this timing. The first date came around 2 a.m. Second one came around 7 a.m. The third one came around, okay, let me see. Yes, AUD USD 7 a.m. USD card 7 a.m. 7:17. The same time. Okay, the same time. In fact, with Euro check, the same time. Good, this is what I'm talking about. And AUD USD, okay, no, the same. So now you don't take the same pair twice. When you have one pair, you've gotten one AUD USD here. If you see it again, ignore. Any pair you have taken once, you ignore, you skip. So what you have here is 747 GBP CHF. All this came around 7 a.m. Okay. Now another GBP CHF came again at around 8. You ignore that. Okay. Then I think USD cards, right, came around 1. So let's talk about these ones that are close to themselves. Okay. Now, whenever you see trade ideas being sent like this, almost the same time, apart from this 2 a.m. So let's say you're already in gold. Now, this trade idea is sent. Let me go back this way. I want you to see what I want to do now. So this trade idea was sent for a sell. Okay, for a sell. Now, let's say you have $100. Now the truth is this, guys. I want to tell you. Let me make this clear. Let me make this clear. Now, $100 is not actually designed to start. I mean, it's not designed for risk management plan, and I will show you why. Let me show you what I mean by that. Look at it. Now, in your trading plan, guys, I want you to have this at the back of your mind. In your trading plan, what is a trading plan? The trading plan is what you do, what you put in place to guide you on your trading decisions.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, can the person
mute, please?
I mean, I'm hearing myself. All right, good, thank you. So now the trading plan is what you do. So trading plan is like this. Okay, today I have my $100, and the total risk I want to take today, I don't want it to be more than 5%, which means all I like to use as my risk today that I'm willing to use to trade. And when you say risk, the real definition of risk is what I am willing to let go. In case I lose, it won't bother me. Now, anytime that you want to go into a trade, don't go into a trade that how much am I going to make? Always think how much am I willing to lose. Now, if you use that mindset of how much am I willing to lose, it will allow you to only take the kind of money that will not affect you emotionally in case you get the trade idea goes into loss. Most times I see some people, well, I will assume because they are new, I mean, they are making profits, but I'll see a small account using big lot size. I mean, yeah, it's okay when you are winning, but if you lose, you don't be crying. I'll give an instance. I saw a $50 account today using 0.1 in two places, which is 0.2. Do you know what that means? Now, well, somehow this person got lucky. I mean, of course, it's Manara now. I mean, Manara always give good results, right? I mean, most times. Now, so this person made about $24, about $25. Sorry, $25, which because the trade went into win. But do you know one thing? If the trade has gone into loss, do you know what would have happened? 0.1 means $1 per pip. So it means if that trade had reversed by 20 pips, that person would have blown $40 out of the $50. And the broker would have closed that account because the broker will close, they call it margin call. But with $50 account, if the person had used 0.01, that 0.01 would have meant 10 cents per pip, which means if that trade had gone backward against the person by 20 pips, the person will only lose what? $2. Do you get my point? You know, the person will only lose, $2 or $4. Yeah, $4. Yes, $4. The person will only lose $4. So imagine somebody with $50 losing $4 into two places, which means the person will lose $8. Will still be having $42 left. But the other one using 0.1 twice will be losing $42. Will be having $8 left. It's not even possible. The broker would have taken him out as a margin call, and the account is gone. Now, so the excitement of how much I want to make is always overshadowing how much am I willing to lose. How much can my mental capability take? How much can my emotion handle? How much can I take? How much? I mean, you don't want to trade with money that will make you be crying. I'll be frustrated like a guy that got frustrated. I mean, he traded wrongly. Everything was wrong about him, and then he got frustrated and left the group. I mean, that's kudos to him. Good dance. Nobody cares. Soldier go, soldier come. That's the way it is. So that is why. So if you are trading, always trade having in mind what? How much am I willing to lose? That's how professionals, the best of the best, that's how they trade. So talking about that, you have a trading plan. Now your trading plan, you already said, today, I only want to risk 5% of my $100, which means $5. So how do you do that? Now, guys, there's what we call, so what you do to calculate your risk. Now, all these ones they have videos differently. Okay, so I won't be explaining how to use this, but assuming you already know how to use it, don't worry about this. You'll get to know this later on. Okay. Now, so let's say you have $100, okay, and you are taking a gold trade idea, XAUSD, okay. Now you have $100, and no, let me use GBPJPY. Let me just use gold idea. So and already, now you have 5% to use for the whole day. Now, knowing that this 5% is for your entire trade for the day, it is advisable that you only use what? Maybe you can divide it, you choose to divide it. Okay, this 5%, I want to divide it into into three parts, into 2 parts, or into four parts, or 5 parts. So let's say you divide it into 5 parts. Now, this is the reason why I tell you that, guys, I want you to listen. This is the reason why I tell you that $100 like is not really something that you can use the risk management on. Okay, but let's see what happens. I mean, this person should mute. Co-host, please, can you mute this person, please? King B. All right. Now, let's say you use 1% out of your 5 that you are because you know there are many trades coming, right? Let's say you use your 1% for this trade, and the stop loss for this trade, let's say is 21 as it is here. Let's say 20. Now, see what happens. 1% of your account means $1. You are risking $1. Now, for you to risk $1, oh, sorry, this is gold. So if gold, you always have 0. 20 means 200 points. Okay. So when you see 200 points, it means 20 pips. Okay. So now what does this mean? Look at it, guys. Your standard lot size, which means the lot size you're using will be 0.005. Is there anything like 0.005? None. The least risk size you have is 0.01. Now imagine with $100, so you can't use one lot size. So anybody using $100 will have to over leverage, which means you cannot think of 5% when you are using $100. At least, let's see, you can do. So instead of you saying, I want to risk 5% of my money, okay, today, you have to risk 10% if you are using $100. Because $100 is small for you to have a position in the market. So if you say 10%, which means $10. Now, if you say $10, that means 1% of that is 2%. Sorry, the 10% you divide it by 5. Okay, you divide it into 5, so you have 2% each. Now that means at least you can still have 0.01 lot size. Now, guys, look at what happens. So let's say I'm taking this trade now for 0.01. What does that mean? That means if I win this trade, sorry, if I lose this trade, okay, I will only lose $2. This gold trade I want to enter now. If I lose it, I'm going to lose $2. Now let's see what happens. You enter this trade, okay, as Manara gave it. Now look at this trade. Your entry point is always starting from D, the D area, right? Now look at this area. You have the D here. Let me use my where is it? Okay, yeah. Let me show you something, guys. So what you look for is this. Look at the D. Letter D is the entry area. So did the trade go as planned or not? So let's check. So the trade started from here. Okay, before I go into this, let me just use this again. Now the trade started from D. You know it's a sell, right? So it started from D and it went this way, TP1 smashed, TP2 smashed. Can you see it, guys? Okay, let's just say it came this way and TP1 smashed. One thing I want to confirm something, guys. Let me confirm something. Hold on. It was TP1 because I took my profit from TP1 anyways. Oh, I've scattered everything. All right. Yeah, TP1. I wanted to check if this touched the stop loss or not. Okay, it didn't even touch the stop loss anyways. Look at it. It did not touch the stop loss. So which means I would say, I mean, if you are still in the trades, right, till that time, TP1 and TP2 hit eventually. So let's look at it. So which means, look at it, the trade started from here, okay, hit TP1. Now, most people would have gone out like myself. I went out when it was TP1. So now it came up almost at stop loss, but it didn't get there. It now came down to hit TP2. Now, when we look at this TP1 and TP2, how many pips? Guys, let's look at this together. How many pips? So it started from here and came all the way to TP2. Guys, look at it, 73 pips. 73 pips. Okay? Now, if this is a 73 pips trade, what does that mean? Let's check what this means. So we'll use our calculator now. You know, you enter this trade at 2 a.m., right? It was already entering profits as at the time. So already that time, this trade already gone into profit. So let's say it goes to 73 pips. 73 pips multiplied by what? By 10, multiplied by what? By 0.01. You would have made $7.30. I mean, you made $7.30 on that particular trade. Remember, you took $10 out of your money to risk for the whole day, which means if the moment I exhaust my $10, God forbid, if it's in loss all through, I will stop trading for that day. Now, out of your $10, you divide it into 5 because Manara may send trades, plenty trade at the same time. In order for you to share all your percentage in all the trades. That's why you took only 1 out of the 5, right? You divided your $10 into 5. Out of the 5 places, you took only 1 of them, which is $2, right? That $2 now gave you $7.30. Now, in case you don't, if you have questions, just be typing them in the chat. I will see them after this, okay? Now, what the other ones now, these are the interesting ones. Now, remember, guys, from AUD, USD CAD, Euro Chef, GBP Chef, they all came around 7 something. So, which means this trade idea would have been dropped the same time. So, what do? Remember, you are still in this one. So, AUD, USD CAD, sorry, let me go back there. So, AUD came, USD CAD came, Euro Chef came, and GBP CHF. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what do now? Remember, you already have one of your $10 in gold, which was already giving you profits. Now, the remaining parts, which are the 4 parts, you spread them into all these ones. For those of us who saw the video I sent to you, you saw what I did. I used 0.5, 0.5. I only took 1 position. I could have taken 2 positions. Now, I don't do that because those trades came at the same time, apart from the gold. So I had to share it between them. So because if I had done 2 positions here, I won't be able to take the other one. And the thing about Manara is make sure you take all the trades that comes to you. Try and do as much as you can. Do you get my point now? Now, so when you divide all of this, let's imagine, guys, let's just calculate and see. Let's assuming you divided all the remaining 4 parts of the money remaining to all this one. So for USD card, what happened with USD card? Let's check. Oh, sorry, AUD USD first of all. AUD USD. I wish there was a losing trade today, so I could use it as an example. But all of them, I think they are winning today. Now look at USD card. Now, what do you do with USD card? Remember, let's go again by USD card. What is the loss? Let's check first of all. I want to calculate the stop loss, which means the stop loss. If you are going to, let's say, in case you lose, how much are you going to lose? You want to know that first of all. Oh my God, what is this? Sorry, guys, I have to refresh this. This part is very important. I mean, it's very important. Now, the good thing about it is recorded. So, especially if you are new, okay, if you don't even understand everything right now, so by the time you take the basics, you come back to this video, you'll get it clear. This is very, very important part. I want you to just pay close attention, okay? Okay, AUD USD. Let's go there again, AUD USD. Yeah. Now, first thing first, we want to calculate, because we need to calculate the risk. Remember, we are using $100. Now, on one, that have generated $7.30, right? And this the remaining parts, we want to check. So this is how many pips? That is 9.5 pips, guys, 9.5 pips. So that is the risk. Now, what is the profit potential? So this one eats TP1 and TP2 too. It was a win. So 34. Now let's go there. So remember, we already have $7.30 on one. So the other part now, we want to put it on AUD/USD. So what are we going to do? Now this app, you download it, of course, it's on Play Store for the new people. Don't worry about all of these things. There are things that are already, there are things that you can get easily. So AUD/USD, you choose the pair AUD/USD. Account size is still 100. What I see risking is 2%. And the stop loss this time around is what? 9.5. Now for pairs, you don't put 0. So it's going to be 9.5. Now look at the good thing about that. So how much are you risking? So in case you lose this trade, you're going to be only losing $2. Now here you're using 0.02, guys. 0.02. The one is negligible. 0.02. So what does that mean? So that means 20 cents. As you can see here, look at it here. That means for every movement of pips is 20 cents. Look at it. The pip value is 0.21. So that means 20 cents. So how do you gonna calculate your wins? Remember, the win is what? 34. The pip is 34. So you multiply 34 by 0.02, okay, yeah, by 0.2. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? By 10. Guys, on this one, you're having 6.8. $6.8. So what does that mean? Don't let me confuse you. Directly, if you're going to do this directly, it means you just say 0.2, okay, times that's 0.211, okay, times 34 pips. Sorry, it's even $7. That's $7.17. Look at it now. So if you look at this now, if you have $7.30 plus $7.17, 17 cents on the second trade idea, that is $14 or your $100 already. Now let's go to the remaining two, the remaining remaining three notification. And now luckily for us, we have 3 parts remaining from our money, the risk we are taking, right? Now guys, get it right. Every day is not like this. Some days you may have some losses, some wins, but at the end of the day, still the end of the day is always the same. You will be profitable. You will never be in loss. I mean, this is not a prayer where you say amen to. I mean, I'm just saying that this is what usually happens, okay? I mean, the way I sounded, it sounded as if I'm praying that you will never be in loss. Someone will say, amen. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what is happening, okay? All right. So we have done USD, AED, USD, right? Okay, we have done AED, USD. The next one after is USD card. Let's go to USD card now. How was USD card? Was it a good trade or not? Okay. USD card gave us TP1. Yeah. USD card gave us TP1. Didn't give us TP2. So let's calculate that. Now, before we calculate that, let's calculate the stop loss, which means in case, what if, I mean, if it's going to be a loss, how many pips would that have been? Because that's what will help us to know how much with our risk what is 8.2. Guys, can you see it? 82 means 8.2. Okay. Now the win was just TP1. Actually, it went almost to TP2, right? But we don't count that. We count TP1. Let's just leave the remaining. TP1 is just 17.3 pips. So let's go to our calculator again. Remember, the same parameters, but different pairs and different stop losses, right? So this time around, we are doing what? USD card. Where is it? USD card is here. Same $100, same 2%, but this time around, 8.2. What do we have? So we are going to be using 0.033 lots, which means there's not like 0.033. So it's 0.03. 0.03. Look at the standard lot size. That's what you'll be checking. 0.03. And what is the value of that? The value of each pip is what? 0.24. So now, how do we calculate that? Remember, it's 17.5. The pip is 17.5, right? 17.5 multiplied by 0.24. There you have $4.20. $4.20 on the USD card trade. So let's move quickly now. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. I need someone to be keeping record for me. The first one was $7.30. Second one was $7.17. Third one is $4. What cents now? $4.20. So please, I want you please, because I'll be needing that data to get our aggregate, right? The next one that came after that was Eurochef. They came the same time, remember? They came the same time. So let's check Eurochef. Was it a win or not? Wow, it was a win. And not just, it did TP1 and TP2. I mean, thank God it's a Friday. Remember from D. Okay, so let's do the same thing again for us to be able to calculate our risk size. Okay. Oh, now don't do this. Don't do this, man. Let me refresh again. And then, guys, I hope I'm not alone, right? I hope I'm
We
not
are with
alone,
you.
right? All right, good.
Yes, coach.
So, all right, good. So let's travel together. Okay, notification. I was on gold USD card. I was on Eurochef, right? Eurochef, okay? That's Euro CHF. So let me move it out a bit. Okay. No, I mean, I want to move it out a bit. Okay. So let's calculate. First, we start with the stop loss to know. So that will help us to know how much will be making or losing. Okay. Now 6.3 pips. Can you imagine that? 6.3 pips. Remember that. Then it went to TP1 and TP2. 25.2 pips. So what does that mean? Let's go to our calculator. Eurochef 6.3 and 25.2. 6.3. So we change this pair from USD card to Eurochef. Where is Eurochef? Eurochef, where you at? Okay, let me type it. Euro CHF. Come out. Euro CHF. Okay, here it is. $100 same amount, 2% same risk size. But this time around, 6.3 is the. Now, guys, do you see another reason why Manara is good? Because of the stop loss are always small. And what that means is this: Manara protects your income for you. So when you are losing, you lose less. When you are making money, you make more money. And also, the lower this stop loss, the higher the potential profit, the lower the amount you risk. You can imagine that. You can reverse that in your head so you can get it. I mean, maybe, okay, what did you just say? The lower what? The lower the risk size, okay, the higher the potential profits, yet the lower the amount you will still risk. So your money you are risking is less, but the potential winning is bigger. So even when you lose, I mean, you lose less, but when you make money, you make more. And I will explain that in figure very soon. Don't worry. All right. So let's talk about the same. So now the amount you are risking is $2. Now the standard lot you'll be using now is what? 0.028, which is approximately 0.03. Now, and the value is 0.03. Awesome. 0.032. Approximately 0.0317. Let's just use 0.317 is the value of a pip. So what does that mean? That means you just multiply this pip value by the 25.2. Remember, it's 25.2, right? So 0.317 multiplied by 25.2. Guys, another $7.98, which is approximately $8. But let's just say $7.98. I mean, look at what is there. If you put all this decimal together, that gives you $8. But let's say $7.98. Okay, let's just leave it as it is. So someone is putting that down. So the profit on Eurochef is what? $7.98. $7.98. Now, quickly, guys, I said something just earlier on that seems to sound confusing. That see, the good thing about Manara is the risk, the stop loss is always small. And when stop loss is small, it helps you, it allows you to use small money to get bigger profits. Now, how will you know that? Remember, what was our risk? Our risk was $2. So how do you know the ratio to know whether this thing is more, this is a good deal or not? So you divide this by 2. That is 3.9, which means your risk, your profit will be times 3, like almost times 4. Let's say times 4 will be times 4 of your profits. No, that's not right. So meaning for your profits, yes, your profit will be times 4 of your risk. So if you are risking $2, you are making in this business, if you risk, I mean in this trade, when you risk $2, you have the opportunity of making times 4 whatever amount you risk. You see that? That is a good risk to ratio reward. You understand? A good risk to ratio reward. That is what I mean by that. So remember, $7.98. I hope someone is writing this down. Let's go for the last one. I guess the last one around 7 p.m. Okay, 7 a.m. All these things came together. 7 a.m. The last one that came around 7 a.m. was GBP which is this one, right? GBP. Let's see that. Was that a win or a loss? I love the GBP. It gave me a lot of profit today, actually, guys. I mean, I can tell you that. It gave me lots of profit. Okay, let's look at GBP. GBP. What is going on again? Are you okay? Let me just. All right. Oh, let me refresh again. I'm showing you how to take trade from Manara. Okay. There are 2 ways to it. So this is the first way now. I'm calculating. I mean, the first thing I'm trying to show you now is someone was having issues with, okay, how do I take all the trades without blowing my account? This is how you take it. Remember the drill. The drill is what? You already have a trading plan, how much you are willing to risk for the entire day. Okay? And that amount you are willing to risk, divide it into 5. Okay? So, and that's also divide into 5. So use one of it for each trade. simultaneously. Okay, so GBP CHF. So that will help you. That some of you, you know why you don't do well with this trade. Some of you, is the moment you lose in one, you are afraid to take the next one because most of the money you are putting in one, and that one has given. Sometimes I'll see somebody would take one pair, but they'll take like 7 positions, 6 positions. No, you don't do that because there are other trades coming. So you do it one for one for. Except you have big accounts, then you can now look at double, at least maximum double on Manara. You don't take plenty positions. I see people, one person. I mean, these are reasons, these are things that we do that makes us to lose more. So you will not take one trade. What if that trade is the only losing trade that day, and you put all your money in 7 places? You lose all your money that day. You'll not be complaining. But meanwhile, people are making money. Like, wow, they're making money, but you are losing. This is one of the reasons. Okay. Now, so we are still using 10% of the money, right? So look at it. Let's start with the stop loss. The stop loss is what? The stop loss is 3.4. Am I right? 3.4. Can you imagine? Stop loss 3.4. But the profit is what? It is TP1 and TP2. The profit is 24.6. 24.6. So 3.4, 24.6. Let's see how good this is. Let's go there. Let's go there. At least we know the way we do it now, right? We know this the schematics around this, right? All right, let's go to GBP CHF. GBP CHF. And what's the risk size? The same. The account size is the same, but the stop loss is what? 3.4. This is going to be interesting. So what do we have? 0.05, guys. This is big. 0.05 is going to be your standard loss. And what's the value of each pip? 0.588. This is why all these chef, euro, they're always big money. 0.588. Can you see that now? Now, so how do you know how much you make? You multiply the pip value by the number of pips. And what's the number of pips again that we calculated? 24 points what? Actually, I've forgotten. What's the number of the pips for the profits? If anybody is following. See? No one is following that?
2.46. 2.46. I'll be 24.6. 24.6.
Okay, 24 points. Point
6.
3.3.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, you're close. Yeah. So 24.3. So what do? You multiply the pip value, which is 588. 588, yes. Multiply by what? 24.3. My God, you have $14. $14.2. Now, I want to tell you something about trading plan. This trade idea came 7 a.m. The first one came 2 a.m., 7 a.m. Do you know that normally for somebody with a $100 account, by now you should stop trading? I mean, you don't have to take all the trade anymore for the day. This one is enough. You met over your target. Okay, but let's just say, remember 14.28 or 14.3 approximately. Whoever is helping me to note all this. So we add all the profit together. Okay. Now, these were the trades that came around same time. Okay. Now, luckily, they came around 7, and you're already out of all of these trades. By this time, this one would have come because this one came around 3 p.m. Euro USD came around 3 p.m. guys. So even if you want to take a trade around this time, which I will not advise after making all this profit, right? Let's look at Euro USD also. The last trade of the day on Friday. Guys, this one too was a win. TP1 and TP2. Guys, do you see that Manara didn't give any? Now, if I tell you use this setup, you will say, I don't know. Do you know that this setup is clean? Because, I mean, yes, there will be losses, but this setup is perfect. The preferences we use here. Look at all the trade ideas were a win today. So let's look at the profits. 10.2. Sorry, the stop loss is 10.2 for this Euro USD. 10.2. Right? Let's check the potential profit, which was no more potential because it's already eat it. The profit came 35.7. So let's go there. Using the same parameter. This is the last trade for today. Now remember, you must have gone out of other trades because 3 p.m. most of those trades. Remember, guys, I posted my video on the group taking all those trades. I mean, they were already done. Most of them were already done. So which means you use 5 slots for those 5 trades, both the one that came 2 a.m. and the 4 that came around 7 a.m. Now, by the time you are out of them, you can afford to take another one because this time around you can take another one of it again because you have room for it now, right? Hope you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes I wonder if you understand me. So that's why. All right. So we have a what was it pair again? What was the last pair? Euro USD. Euro USD. Okay, same amount, same risk, 2%. Though if you are using compounding. All right, same percent. Stop loss is what? 10.2. Right. 10.2, 10.1. I can't remember. But let's just say it is. All right, what does that mean now? That means you'll be using 0.02. Okay. What is the value of that? The value of that is 0.196. So for every pip movement, this is what you multiply. Okay, so you go back and multiply 0.196 by the number of pip, which was 35.7. So 0.196 multiplied by 35.7. That's guys, that's $6. That was $6.99. Okay. Now add this together and let's know all the profit for today. 35.7 years, I'm right. So let's go by it. Who has the figures? All the figures. We had 6 trades for today, and all the 6 were wins. Put all the figures together for me, please. Okay, let's go backward. So the last one was what? 14 points, right? Man, I can't remember. Who has the figure? Oh my God. I need that faster because there's no time. I'm going to be editing this. I mean, we have a lot of things to do. Anyone?
I only have I don't have the second and the third one. I only have the first 4, 5, 6. I went
Okay,
out
just
to
tell me
get
the
some,
ones you
so
have. Just tell me
okay.
the ones you have. Don't worry. Since nobody, I mean, I announced this for everyone. I thought a lot of people will put that down. These are the things, one of the things we talk about. Instructions are very, very key in trading Forex. Do whatever you are told to do. I mean, it helps, but it's okay. All right, you. Thank you very much, Tony. Can I have them?
Yes. The one I have so far was 36.55. I only have 4 out of the 6.
And the total was what? The total is what? Sorry.
36.55.
36.55. Imagine. So you started with $100 in the day, you ended up with 136.5. So that means you check your percentage now, that's 6.55 divided by 100. That is 36. Okay, yeah, it's simple. 36.5% instead of 10%. Now, so what did you so you see, guys, you invested, you came in with the mindset of what? Of what 10% of your money. So you put in 10% and you ended up having 36.5%, which means is a ratio of what? 1.1 to 3.6% or 3.7%. That's a good day, right? Now, guys, assuming some of these trades were losses. Let's just look at it. Assuming. Now, if we were to talk about the losses, if you remember, some of these pips, one of them 8.3 pips, this one pips as in losses. Let's even say out of the 6, we have 4 losses. Do you know that the highest what we have here, I can remember, at least I can remember the stop losses. Let's say we have 4 losses and only 2 wins, right? So we're talking about 17.5 plus 17, 17.5, 17.5 plus 17, which is 34.5, right? Let's just take the first 2 wins and then the rest losses. So when you look at the losses, you look at 6.2 plus 8, that's the pips, okay, plus 8 plus I think I remember 3.4, okay, and then 10.2,
10.2.
10.2, 10.2. Now all these ones now 28. You multiply them by, remember you are using 2%, which was so that's 2% of your own account, right? So that 2% now, when you calculate that, that's like that's 28 pips multiplied by 0.02. Let's just say 0.02, right? You now times it by 10.
Yes.
Guys, you know that you lose 4 trades out of the 6. You make the first 2, 17.5, 17. You lose for the remaining 4. You'll be losing 5. All of them put together will be $5.6 loss. And win will be $34. $34 minus oh, sorry, forgive me, guys. Forgive me, not $34, 7 points, not $17. Sorry, the first trade was 7.9 profits, the other one was 7.1 or things, something like that. So the total profit you're making will be $15 and you'll be losing 5.6. Meanwhile, you lost 4 trades. 4 trades, you lose 4 trades, but the total loss in your money will be $5.6. Why? You only win 2 trades, but those 2 trades will give you $15. Do you see why Manara is better? Do you see it now? That even at that, you still be left with $9.4, which means your money will still go up by almost 10%, even after losing 4 trades. This is how to take trade from Manara, part 1. Part 2, okay? Now, part 2 is so simple. Part 2 is just, you don't wait for TP, okay? When you don't wait for TP, there's tendency of, you don't wait for, just take maybe TP1 or TP2 and then you close. Sorry, TP1 and then you close. Now, if you do that, there's tendency that you may not even lose up to 5 because most of the ones that even goes to loss, they go into a between before going to loss. Do you get that? But this first one is the best way to take trade from Manara and make wins. The next thing you don't do is don't take more than one position in a particular trade when you know that there are more trades coming, except you have big accounts, like at least you have from $1,000 or maybe $500. But if you are using $500, you have to use a lower lot. Then another thing I want to remember again about you taking trade from Manara, I think this is the major thing. Make sure you take all the trade from Manara. And the only obstacle for many people why they don't know how to take all the trade from Manara is how to spread their risk, which I've just shown you now. Divide it, okay, into 5 pieces, into 5 parts, and use them accordingly. Now, another challenge people have, which I hear from what you guys people complain and all the stuff, is when they take trade from notification, some of the ideas, by the time they want to enter the idea, it has left far away from the entry. Right or right? Is that correct?
Yes, yes, coach.
Good. Now, to avoid good. So to avoid that, I always tell you, come to monitor. So instead of you waiting for it to see, any trade you get from notification, it means it has touched the entry. Now, I'll tell you the pros and cons. Now, it means it touched the entry. So those are the areas where you have to rush and struggle and rush and to meet up, and maybe some of them would have left. But let me tell you today, any trade you see at notification were trade ideas that was on what? On monitor, okay, waiting for them to get to the entry before you take them. Okay? Waiting for them to get to monitor to the entry before you take them. Now, so instead of that, what you can do is you can pick your trade from monitor because they are not there yet. You can unset pending orders. Okay? Pick trades and set pending. So all these trades now, they were trades that probably these trades are supposed to be sent, but they are not at their entry yet. That's why they are not sent. So on Monday, either Manara will change them to a new fresh one based on the market, the way the market will be, or continue with these ones. So let's say this is Monday. So instead of you waiting for notification, what do? You come here, you look at this trade idea, and then you go and enter them as pending orders. Like this one now is a sell. Any red arrow pointing at is, you go and enter this one as a pending order. You take another one, Euro USD, as a pending order. Remember, you have 5 parts, right? Your risk is in 5 parts. You take USD CHF, and then you take which one again? AED USD. You just pick, avoid this one, oil. I have this one on my own setting because my account size can carry oil trade, and I trade oil. But if you have small account, don't trade oil. Okay. Now Euro USD, you can take that. Okay, no, you have taken Euro USD already. So you leave that until you see another one that is not part of the ones you've taken, which means you have taken 4 out of your 5 part trades. Now, luckily for you now, if any one of these ones trigger, it's a good thing. It's already reading, so you don't have to rush. Okay. Now, what is the cons of this one? The pro of this one is, and the good side of this is it allows you to catch up with the trade. So, in case of those trades that will run away from the entry before you get there. But what's the other side of it? The other side of it, sometimes, now you know that if you have to take this one, you have to take 2 entries. Now, why? I'll tell you. If you have to take it like you have to take 2 entries, because you have 2 entries here. One is the main entry, the other one is this gray box. Sometimes the trade will just come to this gray box and then it will start going in profits. So if you are staying at the main entry, it won't catch up with you. It won't activate your trade, and it will have left you and probably hit TP1 and TP2. So the best way, if you are taking this one like this, you have to take 2 positions on each of pair. So you take the main entry and this gray box area. That's the not so good side of it. I mean, it's good only if you have enough money, like at least from $500 and above, you can take two positions like that. But if you have $100 and above, it's not in your advantage. I mean, how much can you take on those ones? Two. It reduces the number of trades you can take. Okay. The other second not so good side is if you have set pending orders for 4 of them or 5 of them, and the ones that get to the entry, okay, luckily for you, you have 5 parts. So most of the trades that are here are the ones that will get to the end. I mean, they are all the trades that you have here. So, but now let's say the one that gets to the entry is the one that your 5 could not get to. Okay, that can also happen, but it's not a bad thing, but just that it will limit your opportunities in the market, right? So the best of still the best is if you have small account too. One thing about this thing is fund is what can limit you. If you have good fund, you can enjoy the whole thing, but if not, I mean, you have to restrict yourself to a little. But the most important thing is you moving forward and you are profitable. So the best is still when you have the notification, you enter. Now I want to tell you something, guys. If you get to the notification, so long it's still within the entry, even if it's not at the exact entry, still take it. Still take it, guys. You get my point? Still take it. Okay. You know why? Okay, let's say you're supposed to make $30 and you now make $20. Still part of money, still money. So still take it, except it has left that entry that is close to TP1, then don't take it. But if it's still within the gray area and the main entry and somewhere around there, you can still take them. But if it has left that gray area and the main entry, let that trade go. Okay. So that's how to trade for Manara. Now, I want to check something. Let me check the topic again. I think we're done with that. If you have questions, I welcome some of the questions. Okay. What to do when you don't get signals from Manara? Well, that is simple. I mean, well, if you are new and you don't get signals, just contact any of us. We'll help you delete the one you've done before, and then we'll subscribe you. You start getting uh the signals from Manara. But most importantly, the setups, okay? And how to know the right lot size to use on each trade. Well, we just shown you how to do that. Okay. We just show you how to do that. Divide your first of all, have in mind your trading plan. How much am I budgeting for my risk today? 10%, 5%, decide, depending on your account size. Whatever percentage you have, divide it into 5. No matter how small or big, divide them into 5. And use each part on what? On each trade. How to know, okay, why your trade keeps going to SL? Well, yes, that again. Hey, good. That's another one. Guys, quickly, let's talk about that. Now, some of you say my trade, of course, now the trades, like I said, there will be losses and there will be wins. But make sure you take all the trades from another. So at the end of the day, when you add all together, you still have profits. Now, like we did now, imagine I did the reverse of the case. We had wins all through today. That's Manara for you. It happens like that some of the times. But let's say we had even bad market. There are days you have bad days. Bad days are when you have more losses than wins. So today now, let's say this today now was not even win all through. The 6 trades now, out of them we had 4 losses and 2 wins. Even if you add all the wins together, any win you choose, just choose any 2 wins. They'll still be more than all the losses put together. Just add any 2 wins because the least win we had so far was about $4 plus. So if you add any other wins that are $6, $7, they are still more than 5.6. You see it now. And if you can switch that, then you can also switch the one that is 10.2. So if you remove the 10 points, meaning your losses may not be $3. Do you get? But in the cases of those kind of losses, now let's look for one trade. Now I'll look for one that's okay. Let's go to the past. I want to look for a trade. Okay, this is still today. I think this is still today. I want to look for a losing trade, a trade that went into loss. Can I remember? I think let me say GBP Let's see. Okay, this one went into loss. Okay. It never even got into. So this one started. Okay, good. Now, guys, look at this now. Okay. Now look at this. So there's a rule which I taught in one video already. Now this trade started from here. It was supposed to go up. So what it did, it went up a bit, which means it went in profit for a while, and it's not much. Oh, good. It went as far as 19. Now, the moment you see you're in the trade, it went for 19 pips before going back to loss. Sorry. The moment you go into profit, guys, the moment you see you enter a trade that you are in profits, and you see that, let's say you're using $100, and you see that you're already in $3 profit, or you're using, the moment you are in $3 profit, that's like maybe 30 pips away. Guys, to avoid loss SL, just move this stop loss you see here, okay? This stop loss, the value here, okay? On your broker, you clean it off and you put the value of the entry on that stop loss area. That's what they call break even, which means in case this trade will go back like this, it will close you. You won't make profit, but you won't lose. Your account will be the same. That's what they call break even. So meaning in the case of this trade moving backward now, the moment it hits this entry, okay, this entry is already your stop loss. So the entry is equal to your stop loss. So the moment you hit this entry, it will close your trade and protect your capital. That's one. Then in the case, let's say this thing move a bit further, at least to like maybe this area, move to like maybe 20, and it actually got okay. Yeah, even got there, right? Yeah, look at it. It went up before coming down. It went as far as 26 pips. Imagine this. Now, when it got to this 26 pips, see from this green, it went up like this. Okay, when it got to this 96 pips, 26.8 pips, what do you do again? You move that, you clean this value, 184 from your stop loss, and you can put this value, 184.9. You see it now? Now, this one has cut some profit for you. So, in case when it now reversed like this, see, look at it, it now reversed, right? Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so look at this. So the trade started from here, this D, and went up like this. Went up like this. Okay, when it got to this place, what happened? A new candle was formed, it went further up. So let's say when it got here, okay, what do you do? On your broker, that is where they write SL. You change it from this value. When you put SL, you now put this value. That is break even when you got here. Then the moment you see it go in 20, like from $20 and above, let's say, okay, let's say you are using $100. The moment you see it go into like 26, like $2.60, you know. So you now by yourself is discretional. You know that this $2 makes a lot of sense for a $100 account because your goal for the day is $10 to make 10% of your income, right? Now, if you see $2, that's 20% already. I mean, you start securing. So when you get here to $20, okay, you now change this same value again. This value, you change it and you can use this value here, 184.9. So you have this place secured. So in case, look at it, after getting to 26, what did it do? It now started coming backwards. Now, the way it gets to this 184.9, it will close you and it will close you with profit. It won't take your capital to close you with profit. That is what they call BE plus, break even plus. Guys, always monitor that. The only time you cannot do break even is maybe the trade started off with loss. If you started off with loss, no problem. Just allow it to go. Your stop loss is small. It will only take the stop loss. Go for the next pair. Okay, guys. So that is what I'll tell you about that. That's how to take from that. I mean, I believe all the mentors and the coaches will understand this even more better as well. So in case, and then you also have this video to watch so you understand. Okay. Now the last one is understanding break even plus and BE plus, which of course that's BE plus. I just explained it now. So BE plus is simply talking about. Let me share my let me just do that as the last thing. Okay. Oh my God, the time is fast spent. So I will share my whiteboard and explain that in figures. Let me just explain that. Okay, let me check. Yeah, I think let me just use that. I'm coming, guys. Let me see. Let me create a account here. Account here. I want to use my whiteboard. Let me share my whiteboard. It's okay. Or better still, no. Let me share my screen again. Let me just use. I won't take the trade now. Let me just use a broker. Let me use a broker. Let me use directly a broker. Let me just okay. Okay, guys, look at this. Let's look at this. So, how do you move accounts? So, let's say, okay, let's say there's a trade called for gold. Okay, now look at it. Your entry is 1919. You enter the trade for 1919, as you can see on the screen. Okay, that's your entry. And I'll say, guys, enter this trade for a buy at 1919 is what you're entering from. That's your entry point. Your stop loss is 1915. And your TP is 19, you know, it's supposed to go up. So you expect to go up 1925. So you expect this trade to go up from 19 to 19.25. That means you'll be in profit. But if it starts coming back, so the moment it gets to 19.15, meaning it's a loss, it will cut your trading loss, right? Now, guys, luckily for you, as soon as you enter this trade, you entered at 19.19. You now see the trade going into 19.20. Okay, 19.21. That means 20 pips. The moment you see it enter 19.21, okay, you quickly come to this stop loss, which was 19.15. Change it from 19.15 to 19.19, which is your same as your entry point that you entered. When you do this one, what it means is the same entry is the same stop loss. So in case this thing reverses and touches it, it will only close your trade and leave it the way you started from the beginning. I mean, where you started from, which is your capital is untouched. You are not making profit, yet you are not losing. That is BE, that is break even. That's why they call it break even, which means no loss, no gain. Now, BE plus is now when this trade now move from 1921 to 1922, okay, that means 30 pips. What do you do now? You can now change this 1919 stop loss. Come and change it again. You now change it to 1920. What does that mean? That means you have not just secured your capital. Now you have added 10 pips profits because from 1990 to 1920, that's one, which means 10 in gold. You know, you add 10 to it. So 10 pips. So now, in case the trade reverses and close you out, it will close you out with 10 pips profits and your capital is safe. That is BE plus. So let's say the trade now continue moving. It now moves to what? It moves to 1923. Now, what do you do? 1923? Really, you can shift this to 1921. That means you have secured yourself 20 pips in case the trade tries to retrace itself. Now, with that, it's called BE plus plus. Now, the BE is break even to secure your capital. I want you to write that down if you can. The second one is BE plus, that is to secure your profit. And BE plus plus is to maximize the profit, which means you are increasing the profit back gradually. So all you need is just be changing the stop loss, you'll be changing, moving it upward, close to whatever the value of the market is on your way into your direction. That's how break-even plus is. So to that, guys, I will stop here tonight, and I would like you to ask questions. I welcome like 2 or 3 questions. In the meantime, let me check the. Okay, you can ask your question. You can unmute yourself. I mean, the host is there. Okay, so let me be reading the questions that I have here, and I answer them one after the other. My God, I have plenty. Okay, how do you copy to MetaTrader 4? Okay, don't worry about that. There's a video on that one. I know why you're asking. I mean, it's not your fault. You are new. We're going to show you that. There's a video to that. Take notes, okay? We'll send it. Just ask where your sponsor, your mentor for that video. Okay, they will get across to us. You have that video how to copy to MetaTrader 4. And please make sure you don't start trading until you learn all these basics. Please explain to us how we copy from Manara to MetaTrader. Okay, that's the same question. How you use copy from Manara? Okay, it's the same question. So yeah, you have that video. Please, is it possible that Manara reset itself after you must have done your setup and saved it? And how often does that happen? No, Manara doesn't really reset itself, but when the internet is bad or something happens internet-wise or your browser, it can do that. And that's why you have this saved. So instead of you starting all over to fix all those things, you just go to save and click it. It will bring out all the settings. Okay? You click on what you have saved, okay? And then the last question is, oh, okay, someone already answered you. Okay, I think this is all I have for the question. Any other question? Okay, I have questions here. Is it possible? Please explain to us how we copy. Okay, I mean, how can I calculate my loss for the day? Yeah, there's a calculator which we call FX calculator. So what you do, please, make sure you do what I'm asking you to do now. Ask your sponsor, okay? Now your sponsor can ask us, or you can ask us anytime, any day, anybody from the group, or you ask it on the group, you post it there. Well, I mean, we'll post, we have a video on that, okay? How to do that. Just make sure you ask questions and then you have answers, okay? It breaks even and goes back to profit. Do we re-enter or just let it be? Just let it be. Just let it be, because sometimes you can re-enter and it goes into stop loss. So you don't want to lose what you already protected, what you have already, So same thing as if it hits stop loss and goes into profit. Do we re-enter? How would you know? I mean, if it hits stop loss, how would you know it's going back to profit? What if it goes like it's going back to profit, you enter and they can't take you back to stop loss? So the moment you're done with those kind of trades, you leave them and move to the next one. Do you get my point? Yeah. My trade always close when it gets to SL and TP. Yeah, meaning you left it, which is okay. I mean, the truth is this, even if you hit stop loss, like I told you, I just shown you, it's going to be very minimal. And then the other ones will eat TP. So now you cannot stop SL, but you can help your to secure TP. The only time break even works is only when it's going in your direction. But if it's not going your way, allow it. Ah, yes, it will eat stop loss, let it eat. But if you say you close it, maybe you already lost and you now close. What if it start reversing and then you go into profit for you? So you let it go, okay? You get to monitor at entry. Now, you see, that's another reason why it's good to use the monitor because of the FX calculator. But the thing is, it's like for me, let me tell you the truth, I use more of the notification like that. And the reason is simple because, like I told you, I believe in Manara trade. So when I take them, I'll just, even if it has left the entry, I still take them, except it has gone far away. So when it happens like that, for me, maybe because I already know how to calculate faster. So you can use, just know that anytime the trade comes to notification, before you enter, make sure you use your FX calculator. So by the time you are done, you may be lucky that it comes back to your entry. Okay? But if not, you still enter. I mean, if it's around that gray box and the entry point. Sometimes the trades on monitor doesn't hit entry points. Yeah. And the entry point on Manara FX Telegram caption is different from the monitor. No, it's not. It's not. So what Manara does is this. When you go to the monitor, like I told you, there's a gray box. If you notice that gray box is the first entry. The second entry is the main entry where you see. Now, when Manara comes to your Telegram, it gives you the entry for the main entry for the gray box. It writes it there. So it shows you the gray box entry, but it won't write it there. But the main entry will be written. But when you check the bottom of that image that will send to you, the picture that, or what do I call it now? The image that will send to you of the chart, you'll see that that entry, you see that they write in words at the second entry for the gray box area. Now, in the case of maybe, let me give an instance. Manara sent an idea for gold, and the entry point was 1915 to enter for 1915. Now, that's another good thing about notification. On monitor, it was on monitor 1915. I set my pending order for 1915, but gold now came, the market came down, but it didn't get to 1915. It stopped at 1916 and went up a bit and came back again. As Manara saw that this thing is having, Manara now scanned the market again and saw that there's another entry at 1916. Manara now sent a new adjusted one to notification for 1916, and I entered like that, and that was it gave me profits. And some of you saw it. It's on the group. You can go and check it. So if I have TP1, TP2, TP3, I can now manage all of them in one trade. Oh, good. That's a good question. So when you have TP1, TP2, TP3, and you want to wait for all of them, so in that area where you have TP, you won't type TP1, you won't type TP2, you only type the value of TP3. So when you have multiple TPs and you want to wait for all of them, you put the highest one, the last one, because you know that, of course, when you have TP3, it must have covered TP2, TP1, all right? So then you now do what I ask you by moving your stop loss. So in case, so you don't want to lose what you have made. There was a guy who made $68 and he was looking at it like, instead of him to secure what I thought here already, he didn't secure it by moving stop loss. And that trade moved into loss in his presence. And what happens? He went into loss. He lost that trade and he was complaining. Meanwhile, he could have taken his $68. Okay? Does it mean if a trade is given by 2 a.m. and you see it by 10 a.m., you should not enter it? Yes. Except, of course, it's still around the entry. So when you get a trade, let's say enter good for 1916 entry point around 2 a.m. and you wake up around 10 a.m. and you see that, number one, it's still at the entry. Number two, not that it has gone to its TP. It has gone to take profit before coming back to entry. Any trade that has, any setup that have gotten to a TP, don't take it again. Because meaning it may have been done with what it's supposed to do. If you don't take it that time, you know, it may go into loss for you. So you can only take such trades, which is very rare. I mean, no trade will stay around the entry from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., except that market is being cost and everybody in that country, they are just paused. They are not moving at all. I mean, it gets. So you allow such trade to go. You understand? From my Manara chart, what does A, B, C, D, X mean? Now, that's the pattern labeling. Now, X is actually the beginning of the trend. A, B, C. Now, all those ones are other parts of the trend, but what you focus on is D. That's why when you're doing your settings, there's a part where you have D or C. D means reversal, C means continuous. Now, the D, because we trade reversal pattern, which is something a bit deep into Forex. You don't need to worry yourself about that. What you just focus on is the D. D means entry points. So these are just names, just like in school when you have trigonometry. and you name all those angles. That's just it. Simple as that. We started. It's okay. Stated we should stop taking trades by 4 p.m. What time is ideal to start taking trades in a day? Now you start taking trades. The moment it's 12 midnight and you start seeing trades, you start taking them. That's a new day. Now, the reason why I ask you to stop taking trade when it's 4 p.m., not because of any bad thing can happen, but the truth is, anything from 4 p.m. now, most countries will start getting to their closing time. And when the banks start closing and all those transactions start, the market will be slow. And when it's slow, it will take you overnight. Overnight, you get overnight charges. And another thing is, it won't allow you to be able to calculate your total profit for the day because it has transcended into the next day. Okay? How can I understand pending order? Pending order is simple. Okay, Prince Law. Okay, so now during the time you watch the video for copy and paste, pending order will discussed also there. And in case your mentor is online now, they should note all these things you're asking so they can relate with you after this. I'm pointing to the videos to watch. Okay, I guess I will stop here. If you have any other question, you can post it to your mentor or on the group. I'll answer you. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Be good and
Hello,
let's
coach.
stay bullish.
Please, can I ask the last question?
Okay, after the last one, right? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Hello, coach.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
All right. I didn't get when I noticed that when we're using $100, the lot size was changing constantly. I wonder why.
Oh, good question. Now, lot size are not meant to be static. What's meant to be static is your percentage you intend to use. So if I'm using 1% of my account, that can be static. But what the 1% would translate to is dependent on the number of stop loss. So the stop loss in pips, you get determined. So the higher the stop loss in pips, the lower the lot size will go. The lower the stop loss, the higher the lot size. So depending on the trade you are taking, that's why you see us calculating the stop loss in pips and also calculating the profit. So the stop loss in pips is what helps you to determine the amount of lot size you use. All right. All right, guys. So that is that. Good night, guys. Just stay bullish.